ready to head off to the Pisgah National Forest. I finally arrived at school, and soon after getting my bag, I boarded my bus. The entire bus ride was more fun than I thought. I had some great sociable moments with classmates and enjoyed some classic movies, such as Dodgeball. However, as I neared the National Forest, I began to think about the enduring hiking, the annoying bugs, and the rough lifestyle of camping. I was nervous at this thought, and it made me reconsider my choice to go on this trip at all. But as it turned out, I was wrong to even reconsider. After being on this trip, I can say that it was one of the most valuable experiences I have had both in my life as well as in my time at Ravenscroft.
I think they went real well. The kids did a good job. I think they thought about it, they took it seriously, and they did two very different ones, but each of them reflected the individual and were thoughtful commentaries on some of the things that they think were important.
I think it has multiple purposes and goals. I think I've already seen some of them myself. I think it gives seniors an opportunity to self-reflect. I think it gives them an opportunity to speak in front of a group, which is a valuable life skill. I think it gives them an opportunity to share with their advisory and the community things that maybe we don't know about them. I think it has the opportunity to bring advisories closer together. Mr. Bogue had mentioned that and had seen that happen at his old school. And I think, this is kind of a underlying reason, kind of by default, but I think it's actually a really smart and clever way to pick this graduation speaker as well.
Well, I realized just how much I changed in the course of 4 years, and the abilities I adopted as I adapt. How to speak, how to act, how to communicate with people with different cultures, how to build a bridge between people on common ground.
I think last June when we rolled it out to the junior class, we talked about, your college essay as being a good jumping off point, but not specifically. I've had a few people ask me, what should I write about? And I've just said, write about something that impacted your life, was meaningful to you, or changed you, or something that you feel like created some type of a journey in your life.
The Boing I'm speaking about isn't the type where guys just have fun with one another, the occasional punch and the funnier comment or two. Rather, I was constantly called names because of my weight, glasses, and lack of social awareness. Many of us experience this as middle schoolers, attempting to transition from our hormone-changing bodies and find out who we truly are.
It was Mr. Bogue's idea. He brought it from his old school, and it was something that went really well there, and thought that we could really benefit from it here.
But I don't think it's disconnected from the CCL to lead from here. I think it's really just a good continuation and appropriate for where they are.
And it can actually fit into the lead from here piece for them, with the self-reflection, the self-awareness, and that kind of thing. It just seemed like the right spot.
Bits and pieces I've heard have been good. My son obviously is a senior and is in another group. He's not looking forward to his. He's one of those that if it was optional, he would opt out. But he says his groups have been good, and I think seeing the others has helped move him forward. I think they should all be required to do it. I mean, I think, obviously not everybody likes to do it. I know when I was their age, I didn't like to give those kind of speeches. I took a speech class that my high school offered in part to force myself to do it, because I think it's hard, but as we look at the kind of things that we want to expose students to as we prepare them for college in the world, I think that experience is important. I think this format's good because I know my group very much typified that today. They were doing it in front of a group that they were comfortable with.
Well, I think forced is a strong word. I think all students are given the opportunity to have this experience. I mean, moving forward in life, whether you like it or not, there is going to be a life circumstance where you're going to need to get up in front of a group, whether it's you're the best man at a wedding, or you're presenting to a group of people at a future, professional opportunity. I mean, I think it's a life skill that we can kind of get the ball rolling on. And let's be honest, if it were an option, how many people would do it? I don't know the answer to that question.